On the one hand, it's talking about quantum entanglement, and then the other page is a poem about shame.
Hey, Alyson Stoner here, author of Semi-Well-Adjusted Despite Literally Everything. When I was writing my memoir, I found a box of journals detailing my vulnerable past experiences. These are diaries from my younger self.
This is a diary entry that I wrote fresh out of rehab. So this was specifically for an audition for an ABC series, and it was my first one back. It was for a series regular role, which was something I had been aspiring toward for 10 plus years already. And I had booked roles and then the shows didn't get picked up. And so it was a big first audition back. And I'm wrestling with the fact that I should be really excited about this, but what is this feeling? So that's the context. Okay. Lord, it's ABC. I've auditioned for them many times. It's important that I work hard for every job and not expect my previous hires to give me any leg up. There's plenty of talent out there. So I'm sorry for not wanting to go through this audition process. I think I'm just afraid of screwing up the second call. But Lord, it's not about idly repeating line readings at every call. I need to bring the character to life in a fresh way every time. There's some anxiety, which I know is normal. So remind me of what I've known. I'm an actress and I love what I do. Please open or close doors as you see fit, whatever doors give you glory. Take my audition and use it as you wish. Because of course, we just had no idea ever. We might go on an audition for one thing, and someone who is in the room is working on another job. So there's always these what ifs, right? It's well, maybe you won't get this one, but maybe it'll lead to this one. Or maybe you just gotta learn this lesson on this one. So you just keep justifying. Thank you that I can see the value and importance of making the most of auditions. Even if I don't want this exact role, it gives me the chance to live in someone else's skin and to keep my skills sharp and improve my awareness of the subtext of the writing. There's a reason you have me where I am. I know I need to find my next job soon, and I trust you. But Lord, I don't desire a career like Taylor Swift's. I don't desire Selena's schedule or the Jonas's pressures or Miley's household name or the Kardashians' star power and fame. I would be more interested in the range of Meryl Streep, the longevity of Betty White, creating a nonprofit like Gina Davis, but I release it all to you, and you know how you want to use this audition. I'm at your dispense. I rely on you. I am only sustained by your permission. You are in control. Humble me. Okay, so there's where you start hearing the martyrdom, the submission woven into this particular way of understanding my relationship with God at the time. And also you can hear that I'm it was just not ever my dream to experience fame. I did not desire that even for my peers. I saw how they were struggling. So I was I don't wish that on anyone. In fact, I would rather, help provide a protective shield for that. I wish they could just express themselves and be in their talents without all of the rest of the mess that can come with it. The flashing lights and privileged life can be temporarily appealing because it seems easier to have so much support and so many extra resources. Yeah, I was just so exhausted. I just hoped one day I wouldn't be so exhausted trying to get my career off the ground. It wasn't even about the glamour. But may I be willing to put myself to the side, to be lesser. Father, I'm scared of my big dreams because they're all about me. Use them, help me seek you so that my ambition is not self-driven. Forgive me for my pride, my impatience. Oh, see, like at this time, it had concluded that, my own desires and God's desires for me were like mutually exclusive. Not entirely, but there's some black and white thinking here, and just this like underlying notion that it's not okay for me to experience joy or fulfillment, like just because, it always has to be like, this was the mission. Jesus, is it too much to start in a new field? Is that really ... maybe ... what ... I want? Maybe being behind the scenes. It sounds nice right now, especially after treatment, and less time and energy spent on the public persona. Do I love acting? It's helped me get to know myself, but technically, I can grow and explore things elsewhere. Somehow. No offense here, I just don't think stars are heroes. I don't like the aspect of manufacturing superhumans. But Father, help me use whatever influence I have to inspire. If you have me here, I will follow through. Yeah, it's like the truth is starting to seep in, and soon my mind will connect the dots very differently. And I'll realize that beliefs I attributed to being God's voice were actually beliefs I'd inherited like from society and from the industry and, other places. I talk in vivid detail about my time in rehab in the book and very specific realizations. I was going into rehab thinking I was just going to be focusing on health and well-being, and instead it was like pulling a thread, and suddenly there were a lot of things to reconcile or, deconstruct. So you start to see a new aspect of who I am peeking through. I feel hopeful reflecting on it because I know that I was so scared during this time. I didn't know what I would do if I wasn't in the industry. I had been born and bred just for that purpose, right? That's how it felt. Truth has a way of like bubbling up and just saying, you're gonna have to pay attention here. And I'm glad that rehab allowed for that turning point. It set me on a completely new course. Would be hard won. You'll also see that in the book. If you've read the book, I would love to hear your thoughts, so feel free to comment below.